name is Will Davis from Knoxville, Tennessee, and we're going to be tying a Light Cahill dry fly pattern. So I'm going to start, this is Vivus 12/0 thread in white. I'm going to start my thread, go back down right to the start of the bend of the hook. I've got a feather, hackle feather here. I've stripped this off from the side about right there of the neck. Those fibers tend to be a lot stiffer, so I'm going to use those to make the tail. I'm going to strip off about maybe 1/4 inch of fibers, making sure I keep those tips lined up, just like that. And I can take those in my hand, flip them around and kind of hit the butts of them, and that'll line up the tips. So now I got those lined up. So I'll measure about the length of the hook, tie them in right there. I'm going to get those a little bit longer. That's better. I'm just going to get those in, locked in nice and good. So then wrap those up. And then about halfway in between the back of the hook eye and the hook point is where we're going to make the wing. And that is lemon barred wood duck. You need 1 feather. Strip off all the nasty stuff, the fuzzy stuff. And get them even. And then I'm going to clip out the tip so I get a little space in there with no feathers. And then I'm going to even it up. I'm going to strip down each side till I get the same amount of fibers on each side and the amount that I want, which is about right in there. So I've got those even. I'm going to stroke all those forward, bundle them up, and measure the wing about the length of the hook, just like the tail. I'm going to tie those in right there where I was, halfway in between the back of the eye and the hook point. I'm going to snip those at an angle so I can taper that body. I'm going to tie in those butts, taper down the body, back to the start of the tail. Now I'm going to take superfine dubbing works. This is the Orvis superfine dubbing, basically the same as the actual superfine brand. I'm going to spin on dub a noodle about 2 inches long, real thin. That should be enough. And then I'm going to start dubbing the body up to right about there. Leave a little bit behind the wing for your hackle. And then I'm going to build a little bit of a dam in front of that wing to prop those fibers up. And I'm going to split those, some on either side, and get them even. That looks good. And so I'm going to start making each wing with just a couple cross wraps. And then I'm going to continue shaping those wings by doing some figure eights and wraps around each individual wing and pull those up. It's about where I want it. So then I make sure they're propped back enough. And then I'm going to go and build thread base up to the back of the eye. And then go up to there, to where the dubbing stops. Then I'm going to choose my hackle feather. I like to oversize a little bit my hackle. And that's a little too big. Try there. That's too small. go. That's good. So then I'm going to strip. I've got the shiny side facing up, so the outside, when it's on the neck, I'm going to strip back off all the fibers that have a lot of web. That's about all I need to tie it in. And then I'm going to strip off just a few fibers on the top, because I'm going to be wrapping it that way to start it wrapping nicely. So I can ensure that it wraps straight. I'm going to tie that in. That went in wrong. Well, come on. There we go. So make sure you get that tied in nicely. Nice and locked in. And you're going to bend that excess stem back and snip it off. Now I'm going to go back down, making sure you keep that base of thread where you're going to wrap the hackle nice and smooth. I'm just going to make sure it's locked in once more. Then going to do a quick whip finish. Just a couple turns is all you need. You can do a half hitch or two also. And then get my thread out of the way to wrap this hackle. So then wrap that 2 or 3 wraps behind. I'll probably get 3. That's 3 right there. And I'm gonna pull those wings back and then get 3 wraps in front, 3 or 4 maybe. I might have room for 4. So then I'm gonna hold that. And then tie off. Just gonna do 5 or 6 wraps to really make sure that that hackle is tied off, because you don't want it unwinding right now and lose all your work. So that's good. So now I'm gonna cut off that little bit. There we go. Get out the fibers that came out. I'm not gonna whip finish. I'm gonna do a few sets of double half hitches. Actually, I'm gonna get some thread in. I'm gonna do 1, 2. So I'll do probably 4 of those double half hitches. And then I'll head cement after to make sure it is real nice and locked in. That'll probably be good after this one. So then snip off your thread. I'm going to take head cement and bodkin or sewing needle and get just the tiniest little drop on the end of your bodkin. Put it right on the head there. And that's it. Light Cahill. And it looks like a little light colored mayfly.